All right. What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Granit Eagle Eye coming to you again with another episode of Late Night, or in this case, Early Morning with Chig, where I talk to you about football issues, topical issues, Arsenal issues, everything around the Arsenal. Now, I thought I would do this because I know it's a belated because this happened yesterday. But quite honestly, motherfucker has some shit to do, and that's the reason why I'm commenting on this story now, as opposed to yesterday. But I had so many people tweeting at me going, Chig, what do you think? Chig, what do you think? Chig, I expected you to come out with something. I thought I'd do this for you guys today. Good morning, Zamir. Good morning, chat room. Good morning, Marbles. Good morning, VCC. Let's talk about this. So obviously yesterday, we found out on Thursday from Rob Holding that Arsenal players had held a vote to decide who was the new Arsenal captain. And it's a different way of doing it. I guess Unai Emery wanted to have the input of the players. And shit. Granit Xhaka has been named new Arsenal captain. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you thought, because I certainly didn't, if you thought it was going to be anything different, then more fool you. It's very clear to me that Unai Emery had made this pick a long time ago. And I don't believe the players picked him. Because I think if it was that unanimous, then why not just come out with the person that he wanted in the first place? To me, it was always very clear and obvious to me that he wanted Xhaka in from the very get-go. The fact that the player is seemingly undroppable in spite of mistakes. The fact that Emery has already put the R-band on him for a couple of games. To me, I don't even know why we went through this whole rigmarole or dance. Just name the motherfucker as captain if that's what you wanted. And I give a big shout out to my boy Turkish. I know a few people have asked if Turkish will come onto the show. I've had him on before. I'll definitely have him on again. He's a busy boy, so I know he does a lot of little projects for Arsenal Fan TV, but I'll definitely have him on again. And I think he came out with a quote last week, and that is, if Unai names Granit Xhaka as Arsenal captain, then he will fall on Xhaka's sword. And there's a reason for that, because we're talking about a player who's 26 years old and seemingly is making the same type of errors that he made when he was 23 when he first came into the club. So it's clear that the guy doesn't learn from his mistakes. He's not progressing as a player. He's not moving on and developing as a player. I'll be honest, I don't rate Mustafi. Mustafi has developed more as a player than Granit Xhaka. Quote me. Mustafi has developed more as a player than Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka just stays stagnant the entire way through. It's the same thing. He still can't hit a short pass to save his life. He hits these Hollywood passes that maybe 3 out of 10 reach their destination. Maybe. That's all he does. He can't turn right, only turns left. And when he does turn left, he turns at the slowest possible pace. He can't think very quickly. He can't read the game. He can't tackle. I'm asking people, what exactly is this motherfucker's attribute? What does he do that is so undroppable? He upsets the balance of the team. Even the people he plays with, seemingly the only person that can play with him is Torreira. And even then, when he plays with Torreira, he may improve. Torreira certainly doesn't. There's nothing about him that screams to me undroppable. And there's even less that screams to me leadership. Because to me, And maybe I'm looking at this probably selfishly and single-mindedly from my perspective, in the sense that if I was playing on a football pitch for a player, I wouldn't be looking at the player that's screaming, saying, you should have stood here, next time stand here. I'd be looking for someone for inspiration, someone who leads by example, someone who has been there, done it, knows how to do it, more importantly than anything. And you're more likely to listen to the advice of someone who knows how to do it and is trying to help you to follow the same path. Listen, for all of my criticisms for Mesut Ozil, and I have many of them, let's strip back the nuts and bolts for a second. I don't think there's a single person that would deny, people would deny his work ethic, and I'm with them. But the talent, people will never say that the motherfucker is not talented. So you can see why a young player would look towards someone like Mesut Ozil for advice purely on talent. What am I looking to Granit Xhaka for? Really? What the fuck am I looking for? He makes mistakes. He can't tackle. He gets sent off. He has zero discipline. He can't hit a short pass to save his life. What? I'm looking at you to hit a 30% Hollywood pass. All right, then. Maybe you're an expert at that. It's not like he's been hella successful that I'm looking towards him to give me advice. At least Mesut Ozil has some kind of success that even though the motherfucker has zero work ethic, at least I can see the thought process of a young player looking towards Mesut Ozil. What the fuck am I looking towards Granit Xhaka for? But okay. To me, I'm hella disappointed that Unai Emery feels that Granit Xhaka is the only person that can lead this team. Because it also means, because I was hoping that he would see how well the team plays without Xhaka, namely at the weekend. I thought, okay, maybe I should adjust this a little bit because we are better as a free-flowing team as opposed to slow idiots that slow the game down to their pace, allows the other team to recover, and our attackers gone. Namely, people like Granit Xhaka, namely the aforementioned Mesut Ozil, who every time he was on the pitch earlier when we played against Forest, slowed it. I didn't think he played that badly, but he did noticeably slow the game down. And it was so much better when he came off the pitch. We have always been a better team when we don't have those sort of players. We are a quick-thinking team. And unless we have players that can replicate that, then our main attribute is fucked. And, you know, taking bias out of it, the one thing Granit Xhaka is a quick-thinking player. He always only does well, and I've said this for years. He only does well against Italian sides because for some deranged reason, they give him a lot of space. And then Man United last year, because again, they had old men at the time. At the time, let me stress, because I know we're about to play them. At the time, they had old men around them. So they didn't have the energy to be chasing players everywhere. So because of that, concurrently, they had Granit Xhaka was able to just essentially stay in the centre and just dictate play because Pogba ain't going to fucking track him. And they didn't have people like McTominay running around everywhere. And on Sunday, they're going to have McTominay. McTominay is just going to sit on them. He's going to sit on Granit Xhaka. And we're fucked. Because for some stupid reason, once again, all our play seems to flow through this idiot. So by the time that happens, our play generally breaks down. That's why I'm so sad by it, because now I know our midfield is going to consist of Guendouzi and Granit Xhaka. And I love Guendouzi as a player, more than some of you guys. But actually, he's worse of a player when he's sat next to this guy. El Capitan. I'm disappointed, but also I made a choice on Twitter yesterday, and I said, I'm done bitching about this. I am done bitching about this because, you know, if he's decided Granit Xhaka, so be it. On his sword be it. And when he's realizing that, oh, we're losing games, why aren't we playing well? You know, why have I lost my job? He's going to hark back to this moment. He's going to hark back to these noisy fans that he's ignoring and dismissing, saying, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. You're going to hark back to this moment and wonder, did he make a mistake? He's made a hell of a mistake. And to me, I'm not quite Emery out yet. I'm not quite there yet. But shit like this takes me hella close. And I'm hella close. I'm not going to lie. I'm hella close. You guys let me know what you think. I know that in my vote, when I put up the day before, who would you guys have as captain? Actually, it was quite resounding. 67% of people said that they wanted Lacazette as captain, which was my first choice. My second choice was Aubameyang, actually, because I could see, because that changed my mind, by the way, because I didn't put Aubameyang in there at the start of the season. But I could see the thought process. I could see him more in that. I could definitely see him more in the role than Xhaka. Let me put it that way. But he only got like 11%. Rob Holding actually got 19%. He was second. And then it was Granit Xhaka who initially was on 1%. And then when the announcement came out, he then jumped up to 3%. And then other was the other percentage. I don't know. It is what it is, but I'm at the point now where I'm just like, all right. You know, it is. I just have to get on with it and hope for the best. And maybe, just maybe, Unai will wake the fuck up, drop him. It's not like we've not had a captain on the bench before. Drop him and see where we go. Incidentally, it looks like Emery has decided to abandon the 5 captain thing. So I've not heard anything about that now. And he's actually in the process of deciding a vice captain. Apparently, it's between Lacazette and Aubameyang for vice captain. So let's see. You guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I'm about to jump in the chat room. I see a few people active. You guys aren't doing badly considering it's in the morning. Let me see what you guys are saying. This means he'll play every game. Yeah, unfortunately. What do you think of Upamecano and Mukol? Nordi Mukol. I'll be real with you. I've never heard of Nordi Mukol. Upamecano, I think he's a good player and will blossom to be a very good player. I prefer Canute, his partner, who's only a year older. I think he's a better player. Canute, I don't know. Probably not saying it right, but you know who I mean. I think he's like 24 years old. His defensive partner. Good morning, Unique. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Man wouldn't make my starting 11. He wouldn't make my 18, bro. Don't make my starting 11. He would make my 18. What am I going to put him on? When you think about it, if you're 1-0 down, you look towards your bench and think, right, who could change the game? Does anyone in this chat room honestly think Granit Xhaka would be that guy? Come the fuck on. You know, my gosh, as much as I can't stand Mesut Ozil, at least I could look at him as an option and consider it. What am I considering Granit Xhaka for? I couldn't trust him to close a game out either. Because I might say, oh, he's a defensive midfielder. Why would he change the game? All right, say I'm 1-0 up and I got 15 minutes to go. Granit Xhaka would not be the guy that I would send in to try and keep shit tight and be disciplined. Are any of those words do they apply to Granit Xhaka? Come on, guys. Come on. The winner was voted by the manager because Uber would not vote for him. Laka wouldn't. Bellerin wouldn't. You say that, so you say that. I'm going to call you Jim Jang. You say that, but how do you know that? How do you actually know that? You say the winner was voted by the manager. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that he merely consulted the players just to check that no one would have major objections to Granit Xhaka being captain. I really think he knew who was going to win. I don't think the players necessarily voted for him, but I think he probably, presumably if he had no votes for Granit Xhaka, then maybe he might have had a rethink. But I don't necessarily believe that the players decided Granit Xhaka and then went with, because if that was the case, why go through the damn debate of a vote anyway? Why not just come out with it? We all knew you wanted Granit Xhaka in the first place. So why have it? If he was so unanimous, why not just do it? That's what I don't understand. I don't believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I just do not believe all the people in that team. They looked at Granit Xhaka and thought, "Yeah, you're that guy." I don't believe it. He's as slow as a ship. Big up to Harry Potter. What if it's a real Harry Potter? Get the likes up, yes, please. Thank you, Unique. Please do get those likes up. Granit Xhaka has no leadership. At least Ozil has one thing. Xhaka has done nothing in his career. Exactly. Xhaka clearly has nudes. No, at this point, he's witnessed the murder from Emery. It has to be a murder. It can't just be nudes. It has to be a murder of some sort. Or maybe he knows that Emery is banging someone. It can't just be nudes. There's got to be a whole videotape. There's got to be something. Xhaka has been at the club for 5 years. No, he's not. He's been at the club for less. He's been at the club for 3 years, not 5. And has never been the best player in any of his matches. Good morning, Mr. Harper. I hope you're good. It's not Emery, Big Chig. Xhaka captain needs to prove himself to the badge. I think it's past that point. Yes, please. Like Rich says, let's get the likes up. Folk. Bring on United. Yep, I'll be doing a preview with Sal and Claude later tonight, guys. So my team for United will be out then. Yes, I know Granit Xhaka will start tomorrow because he's captain. But as I always tell you guys, this is the team I would play to face United. And listen, him being captain shouldn't even necessarily mean, I mean, that's the point of a vice captain, isn't it? Shouldn't mean that if your captain is off form, you don't play your captain. It's as simple as that. You don't play your captain through bad form. So, I'm going to still try attempts to appeal on the off chance, on the very highly unlikely event Emery sees this video. I'm still going to attempt to appeal to his better nature, see that Xhaka's off form, and play a proper defensive midfield. And that's to play, whether it's Torreira, whether it's someone who can play. I'd personally play Willock next to, because Willock and Guendouzi is a very good combination. They clearly play well next to each other. Play them. Don't freaking play Granit Xhaka just because he's captain, he slows the whole thing down. And I know what's going to happen, right? You'll have a half fucking decent game, and then people are going to come here and talk shit. No, let him have 3-4 months of a good game, then come and talk shit. Then come and talk shit. One game is not going to do that. Good morning, Chig. This game is pivotal for both managers. Yep, it is. More for United, to be honest, but I think it is. That's going to be one of my games. That's going to be one of my questions for Stel. Who's the game more important for? But actually, with this Xhaka decision, actually maybe it might just be as important for Emery, because he'll have to know the fans didn't receive that news very well. So maybe a win against a team which typically we absolutely hate, and especially at a place where we've struggled over the years, is a good way to just get the fans a little bit on side. Because that announcement damn sure didn't. Emery is willing to sacrifice Xhaka's mistakes for his distribution. But what I'm arguing, AJ, is his distribution that good? He can't do short passes. Just watch him make a short pass and tell me how many short passes he actually makes. He has it for his long distribution, which half the time he doesn't even make. To me, I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't see what is so critical about Granit Xhaka that Guendouzi doesn't do a better job of anyway. So I don't understand it. I completely get it. Me and Kenny Ken and Lee had this conversation last week, and I completely agree. I get why Guendouzi's in the team. I do. And I know sometimes he pisses people off. Generally, when he plays with Granit Xhaka, but he pisses people off. But I get it, because he controls that midfield. He's a ball collector. He collects the ball. He's not a great short passer himself, but better than Xhaka, but he isn't a great short passer himself. But he collects the ball. But the one thing he does better than Xhaka, where they're not, although they have similar attributes, the one thing he does better, he's a much better ball carrier than Xhaka is. A much better ball carrier. This guy can collect the ball, run with the ball, hit a long-range pass on the move. Xhaka has to collect the ball, only turn one way, look up, look down, look up before he's tackled. That's usually his pattern. That's the difference. There's more of a fluidity towards Guendouzi. There is zero fluidity about Granit Xhaka. It's a stop-start shit. Good morning, Chig. This is pivotal for both managers. They can't afford to lose. Just liked. Yes, please. Do drive those likes up, especially while I'm on live. 34 likes, 72 people watching. Please do carry those likes through 50 at least. Please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Xhaka is the least reliable player in the squad. How can you name captain such a guy? I agree, Red. I agree. You know, the person that you're supposed to me, you name the person captain that you're supposed to depend on, rely on. That's Granit Xhaka? Okay. Let me put it into perspective. Even Arsene Wenger did a Granit Xhaka captain. Fucking hell. Even Arsene Wenger. Big up, Chib. Get this channel up and running. Oh, thank you, Elias. Emery has lost the plot. He's become detached from the Arsenal fan base. He will only end in one way, and that's a sacking. I actually agree, to be honest, and I'm not Emery out, but you can already see that he is starting to lose touch with the Arsenal fan base. They're like here at the moment. You know, it started all love, and then there was certain team selections that started to part the hands a little bit. and now we're here at the moment, and we're in the top 4, so it'd be pretty silly for the board at this stage to sack him, even if me and you might consider it. You could see the argument against it, but yeah, it will only end one way. It really will. All right, I'm gonna do 5 more minutes, guys, because I've got a lot of things I need to do before midday. If we lose to United, more would be against him. Yep, agreed. He'll be under severe pressure if we lose to United. Behind the scenes, every time every time Arsenal are supposed to beat United, they bottle it. What makes it worse is we picked Xhaka at captain. Unai has now sealed his demise. That's a sentiment with a lot of people. It's a shame, to be honest. He's a decent manager. I don't hate him as manager. I know a lot of people have given up on Emery. I'm not quite there yet, because I agree with you. I think he is a decent manager, but I do think, to me, and this is where I worry, and this is where I start to tap out on certain people. When you're not learning from your mistakes, and when you're allowing pure arrogance to get in the way of what is the truth, and that is that certain players aren't good enough. That was Wenger's demise. He was so removed from the fans that he was so determined to prove he was right to the fans that in the end he let his arrogance cloud what should have been done at the club. And I'm starting to see that attribute in Unai Emery. Everyone could see. We're not united on much, Arsenal fans, but let me not say everyone, because there'll be some smart arse that will come in here in a minute. 99% of Arsenal fans can see maybe it would be better, at the very least, maybe it'd be best not to start Xhaka while he's not in great form. That's fair to say, right? And yet, for some reason, not only has he said, and I never used this expression, but I'm going to use it now because it's appropriate. Not only has he said we're wrong, he's decided to double down on that and make him captain. I mean, what? Oh, man. I mean, that is like complaining about, that's like complaining I have foot pain and deciding to walk on glass to make it better. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Because now, here's the flip side to that. Here's the flip side to that. Not only have you decided to double down on that to make it strong, you put the player under pressure. How much pressure does that put on Granit Xhaka every single time he steps out on that pitch? Every single time. Just take us a moment and think about that. The pressure that puts Granit Xhaka under. He steps out on that pitch, he must feel like the whole world is just on him in every single game. And this is a guy that doesn't handle pressure physically. I handle it mentally. What the hell was going to happen to him? Oh, no, Carter, why would I be doing one with him today? When we do it, we usually do it in Arsenal games. Anytime we don't do an Arsenal game, we will always let people know either on our individual shows or on Twitter. The Arsenal game's on Monday, so the live stream will be on Monday. Xhaka will cause so many losses. Emery will get fired due to those. Attribute Christ, more like character flaw. Don't approve of your blaspheming, but I do like the point. The decision needs a 360-degree positive for Emery and Aka at the time moment is a downhill. Attribute Christmas. The start 11 on the pitch will not play for Xhaka. I'm telling you the truth now, it's a joke, man. Well, see, this is the thing, Jones, because that's why I think the vote was really taken. Because obviously, if Emery's decision was made my theory is that he always wanted to put Xhaka in place. I think that the vote was merely to see if somebody, because if obviously no one voted for him, then that presents a problem because you want people to play for your captain as well. You know, you want people to be able to listen to your captain as well. And if nobody voted for him, then that may poo-poo whatever plan Emery has. I can believe Xhaka would get a couple of votes. But in my view, I don't think there's any way that they picked him. No way that they picked him. Nah, man. Lee doesn't always drink Zamir. Flip it out. My man's out and about. He's out and about on the move. Deluded Guna said it best. Emery will be gone by next season. Is that what he said? He'll do well to last past Christmas, in my view. And I don't necessarily want him out, but he's on that. But if he's making decisions in spite of what is clearly obvious to people about Granit Xhaka, then I do worry for him in terms of going past Christmas. Emery has proven he's not a big club manager. It's over. He can go at the end of the season. Damn, people have tapped out on him. The captain needs to be someone the fans love. Like up the thing. Yes, thank you, Rich. Get it past 50, man. You look, we're crawling here. It's 44. 6 away. 6 more people like this thing. 5 more people like this thing. It's up to 45 now. Emery will be gone by next summer. Does Xhaka speak English? Yeah, he does. Carter, you're asking some unusual questions. Emery will be gone before I lose my bet. Stephen. All right, 3 more minutes. I've done overtime so far. 3 more minutes and I'm out of here. Thank you, by the way. I noticed it's over 50. Much love, much appreciated. I believe Granit Xhaka would improve during the course of a season. Yeah, you're one of the very, very few. But power to you. I don't know what gives you that belief, given that he's not improved in 3 seasons, but okay. Black Faguna. So when Emery is sacked before Christmas, who's next? Well, I think here's the thing. I think, and I know Arsenal, this will worry Arsenal fans. I do think that if Emery is sacked by Christmas, and I don't know, who knows if that will happen, but if Emery is sacked before Christmas, I think we'll have a caretaker, and I think it will be Freddie. To be honest, I think it will be Freddie. Blimey, blank. I've just answered it. You don't need to copy and paste. Just answered it. Xhaka, Uber, Captain, Uber, Bellerin, Laka, Ozil. Two more minutes, or probably 90 seconds, to be fair, and I'm out of here. I don't mind Freddie. He's not stupid and would get us top 4. No, I don't know about that. I like Freddie. I think apparently he's a really good coach. Like, really good coach. I don't like this idea of a former player being a good manager. It very rarely happens. We're seeing that with Solskjaer right now. Chelsea, 1 minute they're amazing, the next minute they're shit under Lampard. Although I'll give Lampard credit, it is his first season. You know, I would not take Mourinho, God forbid. Not even necessarily for anything he said about Arsenal or Wenger. It's more about the guy is an 18-month project manager at best. Rob Holding should have been captain. Emery manager shit. Zidane did it. Yeah, rarely. Carl, give me 5 managers that have done it successfully. Pep and Zidane are the only 2 I can think of. And even Zidane is under pressure right now. So, and Zidane has been sacked before. I would take Simeone. To be honest with you, no, but here's the thing. You say that, Stephen. Yes, I agree. We don't want an Arsene Wenger longevity. But actually, I would quite like some stability. Stability is good for any club. You don't want someone that is going to come in, it's all hunky-dory for the first 12 months. The second year, he falls out with 3 or 4 different players. And then by the third year, he leaves us in a bigger mess than when he actually joined. That is Mourinho's MO. I'd rather not. No, thank you. I'd rather, to be honest, I would have Rafa Benitez. To be honest, because he teaches these motherfuckers how to defend. He's a winner. Why not? He'd come back from China. He'd come back from China. I'm telling you now. He'd come back from China. If he got an offer from Arsenal, he'd come back. I want Capello. Simeone's good. All right, Sean Dyche. Anish has got jokes. Where's my OT fund? I need that. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I've got some shit to do. I'll be back later tonight with Stel and Claude. That's 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss that. That should be a fun show. Fun show. And that's pretty much it for now. Take care. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace.